Before we move forward with today's event, it is important that we take a moment to acknowledge the birthday of El Haj Malik El Shabazz, more commonly known as Malcolm X. Like Black Connect, Malcolm X focuses his energies toward Black economic self-sufficiency. Malcolm X's moral compass was as steadfast as Black Connect's mission. Born Malcolm Little on May 19, 1925, Malcolm dutifully served as a civil, economics, and human rights leader, activist, husband, and father until his life was cut short in 1965. When Mr. Ossie Davis eloquently eulogized Malcolm X, he stated, "Malcolm X was our manhood, our living Black manhood." This was his meaning to his people. And in honoring him, we honor the best in ourselves. Last year, from Africa, he wrote these words to a friend. "My journey," he says, "is almost ended, and I have a much broader scope than when I started out, which I believe will add a new life and dimension to our struggle for freedom and honor and dignity in the States. I am writing these things so that you will know for a fact the tremendous sympathy and support we have among the African states for our human rights struggle. The main thing is that we keep a united front wherein our most valuable time and energy will not be wasted fighting each other." Happy birthday to Brother Malcolm X, our own Black shining prince, who didn't hesitate to die because he loved us so. You will never be forgotten.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alvin Jones II, and I am the Executive Director of Black Connect. We are proud to be the only national membership and chapter-based 501c3 that is dedicated solely to eliminating the race-wealth gap in America by increasing the number and success rate of Black-owned businesses. This evening, we are excited to kick off one of our annual initiatives, FeverPitch. FeverPitch is Black Connect's national pitch competition that was created to provide an opportunity for funding and exposure for Black entrepreneurs who are often excluded by the stringent rules that govern many pitch competitions. Last year, FeverPitch 2020 was sponsored by Silicon Valley Bank, and our winner was Maquiba Massey, founder of Financial IQ. Maquiba received $5,000 in grant for a business. This year, we're doing things a little differently because the organization has grown. In the less than 2 years since Black Connect was founded, the organization has established 3 local chapters that are located in Tampa, Tulsa, and New York City. The plan for FeverPitch was always that each chapter would host its own FeverPitch for entrepreneurs in their own respective cities. And the winner of the local chapter competitions would meet in the national competition. Well, today, in less than 2 years, we are putting that plan into action through the unified efforts of our leadership, chapters, members, and sponsors. FeverPitch 2021 is kicking off in the city that never sleeps. In July, we will travel down to the historic Greenwood District, and we will finish up the local competitions in September in the beautiful Tampa Bay. Then in October, all 3 winners of the local chapter competitions will compete alongside 2 wildcard entries that we will select from around the country. Each winner of the local chapter competitions will receive a $2,500 business grant, and the winner of the FeverPitch 2021 will receive a $10,000 business grant. Thank you to our co-founders, members, and volunteers who have worked tirelessly to build our strong foundation. We will continue to expand our programs and services and reach more and more Black entrepreneurs and small businesses owners each year. Finally, I want to thank the technology powerhouse Braze. That's braze.com, our sponsors for today's event. And I will now turn it over to our host, Sam Manning, who is the president of the New York City chapter. Good luck to all the finalists and we are happy to welcome you to the Black Connect family.
Thank you, Alvin. Thank you very much, sir. Alvin, as Alvin said, I'm Sam Manning, and I'm the president of the New York City Black Connect chapter. I'm pleased to welcome all the New York City chapter's first FeverPitch. New York City's small business community and the Black community have been particularly devastated by the pandemic, and we're delighted to partner with Braze to provide funding and other resources to entrepreneurs that you will meet this evening. Over the past several weeks, we've been working with 7 of New York City's best and brightest entrepreneurs. The businesses that you will hear about today come from a wide range of industries, including technology, accessories, home services, and retail, and the businesses are in various stages of development. You can get in touch with any one of these entrepreneurs that you meet today by emailing the New York City chapter at blackconnect.org. Again, that's the New York City chapter at blackconnect.org. I also invite everyone who supports Black Connect's mission of closing the racial wealth gap to go to our website and join Black Connect today. Just go to blackconnect.org/join. That's blackconnect.org/join. It takes less than 5 minutes to sign up, and membership is open to any individual or entity anywhere in the world that supports the mission. You don't have to be a business owner to be a member of Black Connect, so we're inviting you to join today and help close the racial wealth gap, provide more opportunities for Black-owned businesses and entrepreneurs. So now let's get started. Each finalist will have 5 minutes to present their business. After each presentation, one of the judges from Braze will ask a couple of follow-up questions or provide feedback. After the last finalist has finished her pitch, the public will be able to vote online or by text for their favorite presentation. We will provide voting information after the last presentation. While the public is casting their vote and the judges are deliberating, I will recap each presentation with pitch master and best-selling author Precious Williams, who served as our fabulous host for FeverPitch 2020. We are happy to have Precious back with us for FeverPitch 2021. After the recap, CEO of Silicon Harlem will join us to discuss the importance of entrepreneurship, and he will provide some insight on the state of entrepreneurship in New York City. Afterwards, I will provide announcements of the new winner. So let's jump right into it. The first startup for the Black Connect is to introduce you to Skin Relief, and the business will be presented by Ms. Camila Delva. Welcome, Camila.
Hi.
Please introduce yourself and tell everyone about Skin Relief.
Hi, my name is Camille Delva, and I'll be presenting Skin Relief. I'm gonna have a presentation. Yes. Thank you. So hi, Skin Relief is an online platform that helps people of color get access to dermatologists and education to help manage their skin health. Right now, it's one of the few teledermatology platforms that focuses on dark skin. The main problem that we found was that it's difficult for people of color to access proficient dermatologists and comprehensive skincare education to treat their conditions. Me, as a person of color, I've had conditions from hives to acne to eczema, and I've always struggled in finding a dermatologist that could fulfill my needs. Skin Relief aims to change that. Skin Relief is a digital health platform that helps connect you to a community of people that advocate for the importance of dark skin health. It provides education on thousands of skin conditions and treatments on dark skin, and it matches you to a dermatologist that's knowledgeable on darker skin tones in minutes without the hassle of finding someone online or waiting weeks to book an appointment. So how does the platform work? The way the platform works is first you sign up and make a customer profile. Then you take a skin health quiz. After, you'll be matched to a dermatologist where you could book a virtual consultation and be assisted with your problem. Some of the key features of the app is a skin tracker diary, which helps you and your dermatologist track the changes in your skin. The educational side helps you get accurate information on dark skin conditions, and our skin health forum allows you to interact with other people in a similar skincare journey, ask questions, and feel supported by a community. We would like to develop a community of people who support the brand and emphasize on the education of dark skin, because that would help us attract the dermatologist to be involved. Our marketing strategy is to spread our brand mission through micro-influencers, brand ambassadors, ads, and word of mouth. Our business model is B2B and B2C, as a platform allows dermatologists to make money hosting virtual consultations, and patients can get access to them. We have 3 forms of membership. Our regular members can access some of the app features for free. Members Plus can access all the app features, including virtual consultations. And our dermatologists have access to our network of clients for a monthly price and keep 75% of each consultation. They can have predictable income and flexibility. We are primarily targeting Gen Z and millennials who are people of color living in NYC. We'll focus on people of color living in NYC first, and once we develop a strong community and network here, we'll expand across the tri-state and then the whole United States. Our market includes people of color in the US, Gen Z and millennials, people who visit the dermatologist, and people living in NYC. Our market has a potential of reaching $3 billion. In fact, in 2019, the teledermatology market was actually worth $4.83 billion and is expected to grow by 24.3% up in 2027. Skin Relief is projected to break even in the first half of 2023. Our competition right now is other teledermatology platforms, but compared to the other brands, Skin Relief is the only teledermatology platforms that has everything. Skin Relief focuses on the education of dark skin and emphasizes on developing a community with the Gen Z and millennial market. Additionally, it has key features such as a diary and forum that the other brands do not have. These are potential dermatology organizations that we plan to strategically partner up with. These organizations, such as the Skin of Color Society, already has a community of dermatologists that are educated in dark skin. This is our timeline. We plan to develop our website, grow our online community, launch the website, connect with dermatologists, and raise more money. We have the best people on our team. Me, I'm the CEO. Marvel is our UI UX designer, and Karina is our lead. We have connections with a website developer and currently have 3 dermatologists that are interested in working with us. These 3 dermatologists all study from Downstate Medical Center. Downstate is a medical center in Brooklyn that is known for its diverse patient population. By teaming up with these dermatologists, I know that they not only have the knowledge, but have the experience in treating patients of color. While expanding Skin Relief's network, I expect to onboard dermatologists that have the same experience in treating people of color like them. Some potential challenges in what we're looking for is $1 million to help cover marketing, connecting to dermatology organizations, research, testing our website, onboarding a software developer, and a B2B strategist. Specifically for this competition, we will use the $2,500 to develop the website and maintain it. Also, we will use a $10,000 for hiring a software developer to create, protect, and secure our data. All in all, by investing into Skin Relief, you would provide us the opportunity to facilitate a movement to address the racial bias in medicine, fight for better treatment of Black and brown skin, and overall improve the care of the Black community. Thank you.
I'm sitting here unmuted. I was saying that was a great idea. I love the thoroughness of the presentation and everything that you shared. I have a couple questions for you. What do you think your largest challenge is going to be to grow your user base over time?
I think our biggest challenge will be just getting dermatologists to actually onboard onto our platform, being that dermatology is a hard field to even participate in. So finding those dermatologists to actually be willing to onboard into our platform specifically, I know that will be a challenge, but I know we have the capability of doing it because there are several telehealth services out there that have multiple fields of medicine ranging from pediatrics to oncology. So I know that it will be capable.
Awesome. And one other quick question. What about regulatory challenges? How have you thought about, the FDA or any of those things that may or may not come up based on different skincare techniques that you might go into?
Okay, so that's also what there's another challenge that we do have. We actually want to, because we have to take care of HIPAA, we have to see the regulations with insurance, how that work, and to figure out these problems. That's actually why we are partnering up with these hospitals so that we could get that information to ensure that we're not breaking any violations or anything like that.
Awesome. One last question for me is just, you mentioned a lot of other competitors in the space. What makes you think that you guys will be able to step up ahead of them, and what prevents them from jumping into your space in particular?
I think the aspect of just focusing on building a community, as seen with brands like Curology and other skincare brands like that. They're very focused on building community. Specifically, Skin Relief is going to be focusing on building community with the Black and Latino community. There's no other teledermatology platform out there that specifically targets Black and brown people. So not only will be giving this community, will be giving the education and the dermatologists and knowledge to back us up.
Awesome. Well, really thought through presentation. I love that you walked through all the different aspects of the business. You had your challenges up front. You knew what you wanted to ask for. So a really great job. Thank you so much for putting in the time and effort.
Thank you.
Great job, Camille. Great job. Thank you for introducing Skin Relief to us. And thank you for the feedback, Jane. We'll see you a little bit later, and good luck, Camille. Next, we have the pleasure of introducing Be Brave by Mr. S.K. Wilbur, and the business will be presented by Wilbur Pack Jr. Welcome, Wilbur, and please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Be Brave, sir.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here. I am the designer of Be Brave by S.K. Wilbur, and I'm just trying to get my presentation together. There we go. So Be Brave by S.K. Wilbur is my idea. It is backpacks that tell back stories. I wanted to create something that would let our children know that they are the descendants of royalty. Our schools have failed at teaching truly factual versions of American history, one that is inclusive. We learn about Crispus Attucks and we learn about Harriet Tubman, but school children have not been taught about so many other important figures in American history. Without true representation that is relatable, our Black children are bored, uninspired, unmotivated, and often uninterested in history. Be Brave by S.K. Wilbur is a line of backpacks that provides kids and parents with something practical, stylish, and fun that educates and empowers them with facts about important historical figures who look just like them while donating a portion of sales to worthwhile educational causes. Each style will feature a collectible QR hang tag that, when scanned, will take them to our company website that will feature short video segments of kids just like them sharing information about the featured historical superhero pictured on the backpack. This is a working sample of our social justice backpack. It includes Martin Luther King Jr., Tamika Mallory, and Rosa Parks. Be Brave will collaborate with education and technology partners to create ongoing incentives for collecting QR codes and continuing to learn about minority heroes. Additional collectibles can be purchased from the website for a small fee, and the goal will be to keep kids engaged and learning by encouraging them to collect and display their hang tags. My why: it wasn't until college that I was finally introduced to American history that was more inclusive, and it was a revelation to learn about the extraordinary contributions of my forebears. And after the deaths last year of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd, I thought about how Black kids need to see themselves as kings and queens, warriors and fighters, and not as victims. And since this country is going through such a racial awakening, there's an awareness and an appreciation of Black culture like never before, and retailers are finally embracing that. Over 56 million kids carrying backpacks attend elementary and secondary schools in the US. African-American market has seen a 114% increase in buying power since 2000. Black buying has 1.4 trillion in 2019, and it's projected to grow to $1.8 trillion in 2024. And with the country finally emerging from the pandemic, we predict that there will be an even greater demand for unique school supplies, especially backpacks. The Be Brave by S.K. Wilbur backpack will be available at the accessible price point of $40 at retail. In selling at $40 direct to consumer and $26 wholesale, we would break even at 492 units sold in our first year. If we order a minimum of 10,000 units, each bag costs $7 a unit, and that would be overseas. That means we are on our way to becoming profitable, scalable, and sustainable. With the projected success of our first line, Be Brave by S.K. Wilbur has the potential to grow and branch out in myriad ways by creating backpacks with an endless array of Black American historical superheroes and corresponding QR hang tags, by creating lines for Asian Americans, Native Americans, Hispanic Americans, etc. And the historical superheroes featured on our backpacks will be inclusive with content to match inspiring children of all races, and by adding more categories like figures in science, medicine, and invention. We will be reaching out to child influencers and parents of middle schoolers who have influential blogs to share our styles with their followers. We will utilize the power of social media, especially TikTok. We will reach out to magazines that cater to our market, and my marketing team is responsible for marketing analysis and assessment. The line will be launching at retail next year for the back-to-school season. I have 23 years of fashion industry design experience. 8 of those years are dedicated to bag design, and I think that I'm the one to lead this further. What I will say is that this is something timely, it's innovative, and it's smart, and we believe that we should be valued and we should get this prize. Thank you so much.
Thanks again for the time. This is great. You have me back again. Quick question I missed was, what is the QR tag for? Talk to me about that a little bit.
The QR tag is that added feature that allows kids to scan. It's that technology part that allows kids to scan it, and they'll go to our website where they'll get video content of kids their age telling them about the featured historical superhero.
Have you thought about connecting? Is that connected to the marketing and the kind of the more social aspect of the growth of the product? Is that how you're thinking about that?
Definitely, yes. And they'll be able to buy, at a low cost, additional hang tags that they can use to go online, to scan and go online and see about more of the historical superheroes that we have lined up.
Great. What other product lines are you considering in the long term beyond backpacks? Is it sweatshirts, beanies, or is it more in the bag kind of front? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm a bag designer, and so I have done previously apparel, but I feel like the bags are a definite win. And so we're going to stick with the backpacks and just continue to create more with different historical superheroes.
Got it. And what do you think is one of your major challenges into getting this to really kick off? I think you mentioned you needed 492 units. What's the plan to get the 492 units sold to break even? Well,
our sales team, or sales rep rather, is going to be someone connected to those big box stores that I mentioned, like Kohl's, Walmart. They'll have that kind of experience. So I'm not really worried about that part. The part that I think about more is the licensing to use these images. So my legal team has got to be really tight.
And how much of this have you already figured out? Do you have all those people already hired, ready to go?
Lined up. I'm just waiting for the money.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for the time. I agree with you. I think it's a really opportune time and a really, really creative idea. And it's a good melding of a business idea, but also art and the social impact. So it's an awesome idea.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you, Wilbur. Next, we have the pleasure of introducing Mr. Marvin Johnson of Dashable, and his business will be presented, by Marvin Johnson. Welcome, Marvin. Please introduce yourself and tell everyone about Dashable.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Hello, my name is Marvin Johnson. Thanks for everybody for joining today. I'm co-founder and CEO of Dashable. So many local retailers are currently struggling, and consumers do want to support local businesses as the economy reopens. Our mission at Dashable is to help these local retailers find new customers and keep them coming back, to increase the lifetime value of those customers while building strong relationships with them. We also help consumers like you and me support those businesses by shopping local, saving money, and earning rewards in the process. The idea for Dashable was sparked by conversations I had with 2 business owners who had run Groupon campaigns. They're complaining about the crazy high costs, the lack of control over the implementation and launch processes, and the fact that a bunch of people came to get the deal, but very few returned. As consumers, we weren't really happy with Groupon either because of things like buying vouchers that we had to prepay for that could expire and getting inundated with deals that we would never want. I still get emails every week for things like laser hair removal that I'll never be interested in unless Groupon knows something that I don't know. So we figured if exists this large two-sided marketplace and both ends of the marketplace aren't happy, there had to be an opportunity. So we set out to start Dashable. So I started the company with my co-founder, Tony Carter. I've known Tony for over 15 years, and we work really well together. We worked on numerous projects over the years. Most notably, we co-founded a fintech named iKobo that grew to millions in revenue and customers in 120 countries around the world. Tony and I both have Fortune 500 experience and military experience. I was a nuclear submarine officer in the U.S. Navy, and Tony was a cybersecurity specialist in the U.S. Air Force. And we recently added a new advisor to the team who has a wealth of relative experience with companies like Groupon and Visa. He's primarily helping us with strategy and product design. So the idea for Dashable stemmed from Groupon, but Dashable is not Groupon. Groupon basically sells coupons online. Dashable is a technology company. We compete across 4 pillars. First of all, we're highly available. We're democratizing the deal space and opening up to any business that you can find on Yelp, Foursquare, and Google My Business. We use APIs from these platforms to automate the onboarding and verification processes. Dashable makes onboarding low friction, efficient, and highly scalable. Our competitors mainly verify mainly verify and approve each business that's onboarded with limited onboarding capacity and requires a ton of people. We opt to leverage technology instead of bodies. We also have a slick implementation process. It only takes a few minutes to set up a Dashable deal, campaign, or loyalty program. And we give businesses the control to customize up to 6 different deal types so they can create deals that work for their specific business at a specific point in time. Others rely on manual processes that may take weeks and a one-size-fits-all approach to deals, which is to give a deep discount whether you can afford it or not. And from a pricing standpoint, we always want Dashable to be inclusive and affordable. The beginning subscription price is only $49 a month. But Groupon, for example, charges up to a 50% revenue share, which leads to an average cost of $9,000 per campaign. We also compete as a platform that includes a suite of products and services. Excuse me. A suite of products and services, including customizable loyalty campaigns, and we use machine learning to serve up deals that you're likely to want. We also allow customers to use SMS marketing and things like QR code management. At the end of the day, these things make Dashable better, faster, and cheaper.
Of course, businesses want to find new customers and keep them coming back and build long-lasting relationships with them. The pandemic also taught us that many local businesses also do not have strong digital connection with customers. Let's spend a day with Kathy, who owns a cafe in Brooklyn and a potential customer, Digital Joe. Kathy wants to find new customers, so she creates a Dashable deal. Meanwhile, Joe is chilling with his phone and the Dashable app and looking through deals. He swipes right on deals that he likes to save them for later and left on deals that he doesn't. He swipes right on Kathy's deal. If he waits and the deal gets close to expiring, he'll get a push notification to remind him. He will also get emails from Dashable with deals he may like Kathy's deal. When Joe is walking around the city, he can stop by Kathy's cafe and redeem the deal and easily enroll in her loyalty program, so he can earn free coffees and soon earn crypto every time he comes back and gets a loyalty star on his Dashable digital loyalty card. Since the app is location-based, it will prompt him via push notification if other deals he likes are nearby. Kathy wants to build a long-lasting relationship with Joe and be able to reach him in situations like a pandemic lockdown to let him know that she is still open for business. She can use Dashable to do things like automatically send Joe a deal on his birthday and create SMS and email campaigns to keep Joe informed and engaged.
Well, thanks, Kathy and Joe. So we're operating a large market, which creates a great opportunity. Our total addressable market is $105 billion, which is the amount small businesses spend on deals and loyalty annually. Our serviceable addressable market is about $45 billion due to the fact that we're only focusing on those businesses that we can digitally verify. We believe we contain $100 million in the market, which represents a 2% penetration rate. We make money via subscriptions paid by businesses. We have built our subscription plan. We've built out all our subscription plans, and we have a free trial, and the price increases based on the number of concurrent deals the business wants to run and how many locations they have. Consumers get to enjoy Dashable for free. So the value of the market was proven in 2008 by Groupon, and the industry and society as a whole are primed for something new. Partnering with Dashable as an investor is a great opportunity to work with a serial co-founding team that's addressing a real problem in the large market that is itching for disruption. We've developed a business model that provides tangible value, and at the end of the day, it just makes people happy. Thanks for your attention and time.
Marvin, thank you so much for the great presentation. So dynamic.
Well, thank you.
I wanted to first ask you, you obviously got it right out in your presentation, but how do you differentiate yourselves from the existing providers like Groupon? Like, what do you really see as your core differentiation, and how do you get that message out?
So basically, we're allowing businesses to interact with the community and provide a more than a one-off interaction with customers. Platforms like Groupon is almost like running a Super Bowl campaign where you just put an ad out there, a bunch of people come, but then you don't have a connection with those people. Dashboard wants to help businesses stay engaged with those customers throughout the entire customer lifecycle, from running a deal to attract those new customers, to entering them into a loyalty program to keep them coming back, and being able to interact with them via SMS marketing, things of that nature as well, to just build that strong relationship with that customer. And so it's something you can use on a daily basis. We're building a platform for marketing customer engagement that a business can use on a daily basis as part of their overall marketing and promotion mix, versus a one-off advertising campaign where you're shooting out a deal. And of course, we made it affordable, so it's affordable to use every day and to help you grow your business.
Thank you. Yes, and my colleagues would say I would be remiss not to say that once you're up and running, you absolutely have to buy Braze. but aside for that, back to you.
So we are out. I cut that slide out. We are up and running. We're in market in New York City. We launched right before the pandemic, and we have about 370 businesses on the platform right now in New York City, and we've had about 1,000 deals redeemed so far.
Fantastic. So from that customer base, Marvin, have you been able to prove out an ROI for customers to increase the adoption and your customer acquisition of these small businesses?
Yeah, that's our focus right now. So right now, we're actually letting businesses use it for free right now while we build out the two-sided marketplace. And we have a customer acquisition cost on the merchant side of $40 per customer, or for business customer. On the consumer side, it's about $5 via a mix of digital marketing, events, and we're rolling out a referral program. So our goal over the long term is to reduce the customer acquisition costs for consumers as well as businesses. Right now, we're focused on customer acquisition. We've kind of cracked the code on signing up businesses. It's kind of low-hanging fruit to get a business to join the platform. Right now, we're just focused on getting more users of the app on the consumer side.
Fantastic. And just one last question. What do you identify as your greatest potential risk?
Greatest potential risk is someone like a Yelp or a Groupon, coming out with a copycat service. I think Groupon would have a hard time doing it because our pricing model is so much different than theirs. Someone like a Yelp or a Google or someone like it has potential to compete with us.
Excellent. Well, again, Marvin, I just really want to thank you for your well thought out presentation and wish you the very best of luck today and in your future.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Great. Thank you, Marvin, for your feedback. And we'll see you a little later. And good luck, Marvin.
Thank you.
Great. Next, we have the pleasure of meeting Mr. Lionel Durant. And his business will be presented by Mr. Lionel Durant. And his business is the Black Inventors Bus. Welcome, Lionel. Is Lionel there? Okay, great. Next, we have the pleasure of meeting Ms. Natoya Stedman, and she's going to be introducing her business, Amazing Sophistication. Go right ahead, Natoya.
Good afternoon, everyone. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Natoya Stedman, and I am the brand owner of Amazing Sophistication. Now, I know many of you are wondering, what does Amazing Sophistication mean? The M and the Z and the M of the top portion are the initials of my name and my children's name. Sophistication is a play on the word sophistication, which means the result of becoming cultured, knowledgeable, and disillusioned. The fist in the word is to represent Black solidarity, as the fist is the well-known nonverbal form of Black solidarity. Now let's talk about our goals of Amazing Sophistication. The goals are to be a one-stop shop where anyone can purchase Black-owned everyday products that were created by African Americans that you can find at any traditional big box stores. Ice cream, garbage bags, reusable plates, and even next year's calendars, we would have that. Circulating and maintaining the Black dollar within the community and businesses. According to the University of Georgia, the African American buying power has jumped from $961 billion to $1.3 trillion. and also decreasing fresh fruit scarcity within our neighborhoods. Our solutions are to inform, support, and uplift. By informing, the Nielsen Company stated that brand loyalty is based on businesses' ability to be authentic, socially and culturally and responsible. By uplifting, the store will be located in a community where it has the highest potential for full service convenience store. And also because of that, we will have financial incentive because we will be providing fresh food and vegetables for the community. Our advantages are we will remain affordable. Customers who shop at convenience store and at local facilities and businesses. We aim to make sure that we have fresh products that will be bought within the state of New York or just outside of New York. And most importantly, we are consumers as well. So we do understand the benefit of having a great experience and great service at any location that is associated with amazing sophistication. Our target market, because we are based in Brooklyn, we will start in Brooklyn, New York, but we will service all of New York. Our customers are between the ages of 18 and 50 who have responsible buying power, as they spend 11% of their food budget at local stores. The racial composition of Brooklyn is 85% Black, 7% white, 1% Asian, and 7% other, with a buying power of $47,168. 80% of our target market buy and order food from local stores within their neighborhoods. Our financial plan. With this grant, we will continue the process of setting up our legal structure and our business formation, as we are in the development portion of the process. That would assist us with getting the alcohol registration and the food and processing establishment license. Our long-term goal, market analysis shows that it takes $75,000 to $250,000 to open up a convenience store. With that funding, that would assist us with leasing a location, buying larger inventory such as refrigerators and freezers, shelving, and of course, inventory for you guys to enjoy, as well as payroll. The long-term goal of Amazing Sophistication is to be a cultural convenience store that will culture, knowledge, and disillusion about our people, about the products that we have, and the availability of those products that are created for and by us. Thank you for your time.
Latoya, this is Annie Price. It was a great presentation. I just really appreciate all that you're doing, and I love that you've incorporated your children's name into your name. That's a cool touch. I'm curious, do you, and apologize if I missed this, but do you have retail background yourself?
So I do have retail background. I have family who own retail stores that I am part of. I have promotional background, and the longest background that I have in retail is the fact that I am a consumer. So I do understand the importance of having that experience, and I will be going from, what I would expect. I know most consumers shop at places where they feel welcome. They have products that are always in stock, and we are coming from that history.
Got it. That helps. Doubling down on that, you talked about supply chain a little bit. How much have you, what risks do you see there as far as making sure that you have the supplies that you need on an ongoing basis, given that it's brick and mortar versus online?
Right. So the reason why we chose brick and mortar one is because, with our products, we know not a lot of people are familiar with it. So it's easier for you to build a loyalty to something that you can actually see and touch and have experience. I do have a list of about 50 vendors already that do have businesses, and they are manufacturing these products that we have. So it's based on that.
Got it. That helps. From a staffing standpoint, my understanding, and I'm not in retail, but my understanding is that is potentially the largest cost. Have you dug into the regulations and just the cost of not just the earnings, but benefits and all the other things that might come into play here?
So yes, we have. I didn't mention that we do have a history. So we're registered with SAM.beta, so we can receive government contracts. We also have our DUNS number. So with that back end, that would assist us with payroll. We know payroll would be anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000 per year. So because we already have that back end where we know that we'll have additional funds, we can support our employees.
Got it. Okay. So what do you think is your biggest risk here?
Of course, dealing with competition such as big box stores. We know that, it's easier for them to have these products. We know that they have more locations that we have, but because we're remaining true to our neighborhoods, we're remaining true to our core, which is to ensure that we are supporting Black-owned businesses. We think that we will have that benefit that would make customers more loyal to us.
Got it. Thank you. Again, I just think your passion comes through. I really appreciate how you've shown up and love your informed support and uplift. I think that's a critical component that we need to see every day. And my compliments to you. I think you did a great job.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Natoya. Thank you for the feedback. And we'll see you a little later on. And good luck, Natoya. Great. Next, we have up Mr. Lionel Durant. Good. Hey, Lionel. Mr. Lionel Durant, and Mr. Lionel Durant is going to present the Black Inventors Bus. We need sound.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much.
Over.
I appreciate everyone's time. I am Lionel Durant, and I'm the CEO of the Modern Black Inventors exhibit, and we are presenting the Black Inventors Bus. Now, here in the United States, there's a huge diversity gap, and that manifests itself most prevalently in the high-tech companies that you see here. The Apples, the Googles, the Facebook, SpaceXs of the world have a huge diversity gap, and quite honestly, STEM has a little bit of a PR problem. So Black students really rarely see role models that look like them that are within the STEM fields. Now, we all know that they are in the STEM fields, but American history has largely sort of ignored them. The Black Inventors Bus is essentially a museum-quality STEM exhibition that is presented through the eyes of modern Black inventors. Now, today's youth, they are so much more technically savvy and so much more highly technically educated than any generation before. It's just, we are all talking to young people and they are in their phones. So that is what's happening to now. In the past, the computing power that it actually took to send a man to the moon with all those rooms full of computers, now it's practically all available in a cell phone that we hold in our hands. The Hidden Figures that we saw this great movie about that sent the men to the moon and did all those calculations, now they've given way to people who are now junior astrophysicists because they can put an app on their phone. There is no turning back. Now, what we offer is quite simple. The Black Inventors Bus will be staffed by STEM professionals that look like the students. The STEM professionals who can reach those students based upon who they are and how they connect to the students. Now, what I've done is I've purchased a 37-foot RV from the American Museum of Natural History. That's the Dinosaur Museum. Now, if it's good enough for the dinosaurs, it's got to be good enough for us. We're going to convert that into the Black Inventors Bus. Now, right now, this is what the Black Inventors Bus looks like. But with the help of the folks who are here and some technology people who are in my background in the Marines, we are going to convert that into what we are looking for. Here is a prototype. And if you can see right along the side, that is Dr. Patricia Bath. So the 21st century jobs are here right now. We're going to provide 3D printing, which we'll put on our bus, and we'll be able to take a young person in the neighborhood When they have their idea, they can then create. It will serve them the history of the Black inventors that are out there today, and will create a new set of role models, and we'll be able to have these young people actually be able to become the modern Black inventors that we know they are. Now, can you name any Black inventors? This is a question that I put to everyone. I know everybody can name sports stars and entertainers. You may be able to name champions of different sports. But these people, these Black inventors, should be household names. This is where the system has failed us. And we are going to go out and come to your neighborhood with the Black Inventors Bus. And we are going to level the playing field. And we are going to be the change that America needs in the American education system. Now, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. And I'm definitely interested in questions, especially if you can answer that question of, do you know any Black inventors?
Hi, Lionel. Thank you for taking the time to put this together. I appreciate your idea. I did have a few questions, particularly around your long-term strategy, particularly around the fundraising strategy. Can you go into a little bit of detail with that?
Certainly. The first level of fundraising is going to be working with looking for grants. The National Science Foundation has a number of different grants that are available. The second, well, actually, really the first would be, you know, the friends and family, because my mom is pretty sick of having that thing in her driveway. But I'm going out there. I've actually just won a grant as well from the Amazing Foundation in Newburgh. So the fundraising strategy is grants, then also friends and family, as well as those entertainers and actors and educators who are out there. They want to see it in their neighborhood because they probably haven't had that. So those are several aspects of how we're going to raise money.
Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate that. My next question for you is, can you provide a little bit about what the long-term vision is of the company? So for example, is the plan to keep it as a bus and then you move around to different cities, or is there a plan to do something else with it?
So the first aspect is I am a Harlemite. I'm from Harlem. So we're going to go throughout Harlem and we're going to take and go over there. That's the first strategy. The next strategy is to partner with larger, more robust organizations such as the Boys and Girls Club of Madison Park that's in Harlem and other major nonprofits. And I say other major nonprofits because I don't want to put anyone's name out there, but there's a series of libraries upstate that is interested there. That means that we're going to have that bus in Harlem for as long as we need to until we're going to build another bus. In addition, we probably would be looking for university support so that we could go throughout the university systems. And that has been how it's been in the past for other organizations.
Okay, great, awesome. And then I just have one last question for you, which is, what is the target age range or the target market for this? Is it all ages, or is there just a specific group that you're planning to focus this bus on?
So we can indeed educate everyone. The main focus is going to be from the K through 12 group. That's when the kids are most able to understand and they're most influenced. They can see people that look like them. Even they can see people like Victor Glover, who's on the International Space Station. And that's, the young people can aspire to that. But there are people who are adults who really should know just how many Black inventions are in their cell phone.
For sure. I appreciate that. And wonderful idea. I agree. Representation matters. If you can see it, you can be it. So thank you.
Ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great, great, great. Thank you, Lionel, for your feedback. And we'll see you a little later on. And good luck, Lionel.
Thank you.
Great, great. And next, we have up Kim McClure. And Kim's going to be presenting To the Point. Come on in, Kim.
Hi.
Hello, Kim.
Can you see me?
Right ahead. Yes.
Okay, I'm just sharing the screen. Hold on. Can you see that?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, take it away.
Hi, I'm Kim Magloire, and my project is called To The Point, and it's an app that enhances science learning. Oops. Have I lost you? Hello?
Kim, can you hear me? Just lower your camera so we can see your full, your full headshot.
Okay. But can you, the screen share, can you still see that?
No, that just went away. So pull back the screenshot.
Hold on.
Yep, take your time.
Okay. I will go back and stop sharing and then do it again.
Kim's coming up, everyone. Just give her a little technical difficulty. We've been doing phenomenal. And we want to just keep everyone engaged. If you don't mind, go to the website, check out blackconnect.org, sign up for the New York City chapter if you're interested, and come on board. Thank you so much. As Kim is getting her technical things together, don't forget to donate to blackconnect.org/donate. You'll see it all at the bottom of our screen as we work. It's not a virtual pitch without a glitch, someone just said. So that's so true, so true. So stand by, community, stand by, listeners. There she is. There she is. We see you, Kim.
Great. I just want to, can you see my my presentation?
No, and we cannot see your full headshot.
I'm not sure if I share. Just one second.
Okay, so maybe you want to just go without your presentation. It's totally up to you. Maybe you want to use, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
And lower your camera, Kim. We cannot see your headshot. Lower your camera.
Okay, I'm just trying to open up.
You were just there.
I know. This could be what it's the screen share that's for some reason giving the problem.
So if you want to just run by just speaking, that's what they're telling me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to just go without speaking, just run without it.
Okay.
And now.
So I'm Kim Magloire.
But Kim, we can't see you.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stand then. I don't know why. I'm Kim Magloire, and I am the founder of STEM to the Point. And basically, we have an app. So we have an app, and that app is used to enhance student learning. As you can imagine, especially during COVID, there has been a major science education crisis. The problem is students are complaining that they're not able to digest the information because, one, in remote learning, they were not able to access all the tools that they needed, especially the teachers. But more importantly, there was so much resource that they couldn't decipher what was relevant, what was not, and it was too complicated. So even in our STEAM lab, students asked us, would you create a tool that would do three things? First of all, could it be visual? Could it be understandable? And could it be to the point? Because we don't have time to figure that out. And hence we titled it To the Point. So this app takes visuals, whether they're cartoons, animations, a whole host of things, and allows them to be, it allows students to digest the information through visuals, which is a lot better than through text alone. So for example, if we have, I'll even use, so I'm going to pretend that in my phone, I would log into the app and I would then click and look for something, a topic that I'm interested in. So if my name is Gabby and I need to understand the Golgi body, what would I do? I would click on the biology section click on the cells, click on organelles, and then suddenly I would find Golgi and click on that. Now that visual is a visual metaphor. So they would suddenly see this very animated organelle, and proteins are moving throughout, and suddenly it's being boxed into an Amazon box and then sent to an Amazon truck. The organelle has an Amazon smile, and they're told that this is how a Golgi body works. It is the Amazon of the cell. So in 30 to 45 seconds, these students have taken something that they would say is abstract and not relatable and associated it with something that was relatable, which is Amazon. What they are allowed to do as well, which is really great, is to look at other students' comment. So they could see what students were thinking, but more importantly, they could add to the comment. So as they add comments, they earn points. The same would be true whether we're talking about a system like the digestive system. We have an amazing animation where they would be able to see the process, but not in the standard way. So they see a slice of pizza going along a conveyor belt, and they would hear the audio. And then they would go through, the tongue would be pushing it through the back of the throat. Then they see it going through all these different parts of the body. And then they see a toilet at the bottom, and they hear the sound of the toilet flushing. So they get, and they're told that the digestive system is basically like an assembly line, but in reverse. So instead of putting things together, we're taking things apart. We have created 1,200 of these visuals in biology, chemistry, and physics. The beauty is we also have 3D models that we bring to life as through augmented reality. Now what that means, literally they can be on their phone, click on the 3D model, and it will actually come to life and it will be in their living room, and they can rotate it. So if we have one of the heart, which we do, they can see the different parts and rotate it around as they're learning about how the heart works. Now, we reached out to Amazon because we would like them to be a partner to support student learning. And basically, as the kids earn points, they would love to have an Amazon gift card as part of their reward. We also have a number of students who are going to be our ambassadors, and they're going to be the face of STEM and science. And it's really important these days that we have a diverse group because, as you know, not enough students of color are considering the STEM fields, even though it's expanding and there's so many opportunities. So we have these kids who are on board, and as of this summer, we'll be videotaping, and we will put small sections of that on TikTok as well as on Instagram. We have an amazing team. I'm a biologist, I'm an epidemiologist. I run a STEM company, so we have kids who are beta testing our material on a daily basis. Some of them remotely, now that we've also approached students through our remote classes. And last, we have the bPrint, which is our group, our software group that we've worked with in the past, and they've already completed the app. So the app is done. The only thing we're doing now is beta testing and interviewing kids who will be the face of STEM and STEAM, and making sure that we are part of the solution in terms of having more kids become science experts.
Outstanding. Thank you, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
So first and foremost, I wanted to share, I went through your pitch deck, and the animation, the content, its richness. As a visual learner, I loved it. I immediately identified with it going through. So I feel bad for you that the gremlins came out from a glitch standpoint, but the effort you put into that and the value proposition behind it was absolutely on point. A few questions for you. I'd love to know your why. So
my why.
That you could put forth your talent and your time. Why is this so important to you?
Well, first of all, I'm a scientist, and I have a daughter. So I started my other company to help her and kids her age, and that was when she was 5, have a love of science. And I can tell you that in my work, my experience in going to schools, when they see someone that is passionate about it and tells them the opportunities, it doesn't take much for kids to get excited. So I tell people when I go to certain schools and we're in the building, if they're in the hallway, you can hear them saying, they're here, and they're running to their seats. What are we going to do with them today? But I can't reach all those kids. So the pandemic has really opened my eyes to the opportunities that if we have an app, we can reach the world. And interestingly, the education app market is growing by 26%, which means there are $200 billion worth of, it's a $200 billion industry. It's only going to increase. And I want to be part of that solution, that especially here in the United States, but I love the solution elsewhere.
That's great. To get a better understanding of your distribution model, are you looking to reach out to education facilities directly and have this as integrated into their curriculum? Or would this be independent and augment?
That's a good question. We're going to try both, but my experience, because I've worked with the New York City Department of Education, they never move at the pace that I want to move. And so I'm in talks with them now to do some work, and I would include the app as part of that package. But I can tell you when the pandemic hit, and I had kids who were asking me questions first as an epidemiologist, how long is this going to last? Little did we know it was going to last this long. But when I worked, when the parents also reached out to me and said, could you help us figure this out? Because I'm working from home. I've never had to manage all of this. That the few parents we've tested this app with, they're excited because they have one more tool that they can either use it with their children, especially if they're under 8 or 9, or as an added tool that they can use to support their older kids. So I think kids who know the value, and especially if we get it out on TikTok, and I don't know if you know TikTok the way I have a teenage daughter, she always comes back with what's the latest product, the latest thing that she's ready and able to order because she saw it on TikTok. So we're going to use both avenues, but ultimately my goal is to make sure it's in the hands of students that literally, as they said to me, we want a tool that we want to get in, to the point, get our answer, get out. They're good at doing it.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
Great job, Kim. Thank you so much for your feedback, and we'll see you a little later, and good luck. Great. So now everyone, it's now time for the hard part, okay? Voting for a winner, okay? The judges are now deliberating or reviewing the audience, and you can vote online by texting. You can vote online by text, and you should be seeing the voting instructions on the screen right now. You can also go to blackconnect.org and click on the link and vote. If you vote by text, text the finalist pitch order number to 813-553-5577. I'm going to repeat that. If you're voting by text, text the finalist pitching order number to 813-553-5573. Great. Now, while the judges are deliberating and everyone is getting those votes in, I want to bring in our resident expert. She's a 13-time national pitch champion, an Amazon bestseller, author, and she's also served as the host for the FeverPitch 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm thrilled to welcome back Pitch Master Precious Williams as she enters.
Hey, everyone. Hey. It is your girl, Precious Williams, proud founder and CEO. Can you hear
Precious,
me?
one more thing. Yes, hang on 1 second. So, Precious, you are an expert in pitching.
Yes.
You train people in all industries on the art, skill, technique of pitching.
Yes.
You appeared on Shark Tank. You've helped your clients make it to Shark Tank.
Please believe.
And now you've written 3 books on the subject. And we will be talking about your books a little bit later, okay? So let's talk about each of these finalists' presentation and the things that stood out to you. Okay? So the first finalist was Camille Delva of Skin Relief. What did you think?
So you know what? Can I just say I'm proud of everyone. I am proud, and so I took copious notes. So I'm gonna try to keep it cute and keep it quick and quick. I really love the fact that her pitch was so thorough from beginning to end. She left no stone unturned. She actually has a team, 3 dermatologists already on deck, just waiting to get in. I love that. She was clear on her ask, and she was clear on why she needed what she needed. I love that she focuses on the Black community exclusively because of the skin issues that we have. And I like that it's a teleservice. I've never even heard of that. I was like, ooh, I likes that. The only thing that I would want her to do more of is bring that passion, that energy, and intensity, because everything else was there. Everything else, and I know probably it's her first pitch coming, but she had me. I was like, get this face together. 42. Let's get popping. Yes, Skin Relief. Okay. Great job.
Great. Thank you, Precious. Now, Precious, give me your feedback on Mr. Wilbur Pack Jr., Be Brave by S.K. Wilbur.
I have to say that Be Brave by S.K. Wilbur. You know what I really loved? I love this tagline, and you know I love taglines. So he said, "Backpack to tell backstories." So often in our community, people don't know the backstory. You either somebody's popping or they're not, but there are always people who have done amazing things that are not written into history. And so I love the fact that he's taking an educational component, putting it in the backpacks, and showing that we're more than sports and entertainment. So I really love that. I love the fact that he was clear on he is a bag designer. And so there will always be people who will try to put you in different things. He's like, no, I'm a bag designer. I'm doing this for a specific purpose. I love the fact that he has his credentials right out in front to let you know. I love that he said we're descendants of royalty. And then he brought in the need, especially in times like this, to telling our true stories and where he sees it going in the future. I love that the judge asked him, what about these other things? And he was so focused on, let's get to this first. We can decide that later, but this is what I want to do in the educational space. Great job.
Great. Thank you, Precious. Now, Precious, Marvin Johnson, Dashable.
Oh yes. So you know what I loved about Dashable? I love the fact. First of all, he made a joke. I don't know if anybody caught it, but he was just like, he always gets these things from Groupon talking about laser hair technology. He was like, they keep sending it to me, but unless they know something I don't know. I was like, I put that all the time too, and I'm not really trying to remove nothing. I love that he said that. I love that his credentials and his team members, his team members, like they're military and they have military and Fortune 500 experience. Their advisor is big time too. I love that he led with Groupon. So in case people want to throw that in his face, he's like, no, we already disrupting that. Groupon is only about that one touch, and most people don't gain anything out of it. He wants to have several touches, and so you can get repeat customers. And so I love that concept. It's like geofencing. I love it, and I really love the fact that he knew what he was doing. There was never a doubt in his mind and his partner's mind, and they have the right advisor. Great job, Dashable. I'll be loving that tech, even though I can't understand it.
Thank you, Precious. Appreciate it. Next, Precious, Lionel Durant, The Black Inventors Bus.
Hey, The Black Inventors Bus. So when I was listening to Lionel, I was thinking about when I was growing up, we had the bookmobile. And you can't put every book in a bookmobile, but we loved it as kids, right? And so I thought about, I don't know Black inventors other than the ones that they talk about very infrequently. And so when he talked about it from a Black inventor's perspective, I was like, listen, I'm 42. I want to go in and look at it myself. I'm not even a kid. I'm not even an inventor. So I love that. I love that he got his bus from the American Museum of Natural History, which is my favorite museum in the world. And it's not for the dinosaurs. And I also love the idea of bringing the mobile into it, because I would love to get a mobile ticket, but I can't go see it. I love that idea. And I love that each and every one of these pictures really brought up the impact on our community. It's just not something out there for everyone. It's for our community to see the brilliance of what we do. And I don't know 5 inventors off the top of my head, and that's a shame. And that's why we need that. And I think it's going to expand more than just that one. I think it's going to be spread out from state to state around the world.
Thank you, Precious. We appreciate your feedback. And now, Precious, Natoya Stedman, amazing sophistication.
Love it. And you know what? I used to have a company called Curvy Girls Lingerie, so I love the way she was spelling it. I said, give me that flair. Give me that flair. I love it. I love the fact that her kids and her initials are in it. I love the idea of the Black marketplace, keeping the dollars in the community. One of the things that I love, she talked about that fresh food, fresh stuff, like fresh. And I was like, yeah, because we definitely need that. I also love that she knew what she was going to use the money for like, I think the alcohol license, the food handler's license. She knew that she wanted to lease a location. She knew the exact dollar amount for all of that. What I would want to know from her is, what milestones have they already done? What traction have they already had in the marketplace? And who else is on her team? Because she's got the fire, the passion, and the energy. And I really want to know what makes her different from what we already see. I think I know, but I want her to clarify that even more. Not just the fresh food, but if we're going to keep money in the community, to do what? Is the people who are going to be working on everything she's doing, are they going to be Black too? Because that keeps it in the community too. And that is a way to differentiate.
Clarity. I appreciate that, Precious. Thank you so much. Now, Precious, our last contestant was Kim McGlure. To the point.
First of all, let me give it up for this queen, because when the technology wasn't working, when we couldn't even see her face, she was trying. And then when she just decided, I'm going in, I appreciated that. As a speaker and as a pitch master, I've had instances like that, and that told you she really knew her craft. That told you she knew. So she didn't necessarily need it. It would have been great to see, but I like the fact that she's an epidemiologist and another type of doctor. Even though we couldn't see her visual, she painted a picture in my mind. And I saw what she was talking about. I was like, oh, I don't even know chemistry, biology, physics, but I was right there with her. I was like, oh, I want that too from Emma. Let's get it. I love the fact that, yeah, she painted a picture without a deck. That's bomb. She knows where she wants to go, and that's with Amazon. She bounced back from a difficult situation, and things will always go wrong. So I really appreciated her for that. And she made STEM seem fun. I was an English major. I couldn't understand science to save my life, but with her, I was like, I'm willing to try. So that's an app. It's an app that enhances science learning. At 42, I want to learn. Help me.
Precious, as always, thank you so much. Your insight, Precious, and your feedback that you provided will be helpful for each of our finalists in refining their presentation and getting one step closer to their goal. We appreciate that. In fact, Precious, the Black Connect is providing each of the finalists with a copy of your book, Pitching for Profit. Pitching for Profit. Do me a favor, take a few minutes and tell us about your book, Precious, the upcoming projects that you have, and let people know how they can reach you and how they can get in touch with you.
Well, thank you very, 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 very much. BlackConnect.org, Sam and Angela. My book is called Pitching for Profit. And as you all know, I am a 13-time National Elevator Pitch Champion. I've written 2 #1 best-selling books on pitching. This book came out on April 13, 2021 at #1. And the reason why I'm so proud of this book, it's my 3rd, that's my lucky number. But I'm very proud of this is because once you learn how to pitch and you start getting traction, I want you to start pitching for profit. I want you to learn how to monetize your network. And how you monetize your network is you have to build and rebuild the right network around you. We often hear that our network is our net worth, but we don't really understand what that means. And so you'll be like, oh, I'll hang with these people. Are these people grinding? Are they hustling? Are they getting out there and are they visible? Because if those people aren't in your network, or the type of people that play chess for real and can move you into position, and no one ever knows who that person is, I want you to have those type of people in your network. And as a Black woman from the inner city of St. Louis, Missouri, first person in my family with a college degree, a law degree, living in New York City, I was always told I wasn't good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, tall enough, all these sort of things. And I used every brick thrown at me to build my empire. And so how did I do it? Through pitching. It wasn't from a Brazilian butt lift. It wasn't from 6-pack abs. It was going in to every pitch competition because I couldn't have a deck, and I just spoke it into existence and had media, investors, and so many people just blown away. But that was about pitching. I want you to be at a place where people are pitching you to others. And so you'll walk into places you didn't even know existed because someone heard you. Someone heard your pitch and repeated it in their own words to someone who needed to hear that. And so if you're really looking for investor dollars, if you're really looking for media attention to take your business to the next level for real, if you really want to know how to get into Forbes magazine, and yes, 2 of my books have been reviewed by Forbes magazine, and I'm still Black on both sides. Trust and believe that. Some of my clients are LinkedIn, Google, Microsoft, Federal Reserve Bank, Intuit, QuickBooks. When you hear those kind of companies, I'm still Black. They don't bring me in for anything else but me to teach, train, and coach on the art of pitching, messaging, content creation, internal, external communication, intergenerational communication. And I only started from pitching. So I want you all to know that you pitch every day of your life. This book is all about showing you how to take your pitching to the next level where someone else is pitching you to their network. But they can only do that if they're confident in the pitch you've done, you've shown consistency, and they can put you out there. This book also shows you how to get your marketing collateral together, because when they start pitching you to other places, and I show you how to get them to pitch you, I show you how to make that warm intro, and I also show you how to ask big. Too many of us ask really, really small. Ask big. I did not get into Halifax, Nova Scotia, International Women's Day, a Black woman on both sides, and I was a keynote speaker. Do I know anybody in Canada? I didn't. And yet I was booked and hired to go there, right? And so I want those same opportunities for you. Me being on Shark Tank, my last client was on Shark Tank 4 weeks ago, Dr. Anika Opulence, MD, and she had a $100,000 investment. How does that happen? Because I'm not talking about the past, I'm talking about the present and the future. So if you want to know how to build and rebuild your network, how to monetize your connections, how to make LinkedIn your personal piggy bank, get this book, Pitching for Profit, The Bad Bitches Playbook to Convert Conversations into Currency. And yes, men have bought this book and loved it too. So I thank you all so very much. Also, I'm having an event on May 22nd, which is this Saturday. It's called True Tea Time with Precious. It's going to be an afternoon event here in Brooklyn, but it's live and it's virtual. And so if you want to come out and see who's in my network, the ones y'all never get to see, they're going to be there. I'm going to be talking about some things I never get to talk about on social media or even in my books. I'm also going to be introducing my new merch line. I know some of y'all know when somebody talk about you recklessly, we're talking reckless on your name, pitch please. But you see that? Pitch please. And finally, it's going to be a great time because I'm going to share with some things that we all have coming up that you all are going to greatly benefit from. So at the end of the day, if you want to get in contact with me on LinkedIn, I am Precious L. Williams, killer pitch master. On Twitter, I am at Perfect Pitch P. On Facebook, I am at Perfect Pitch P. On Instagram, I'm at Perfect Pitches P. And on YouTube, I have my own YouTube channel. It's called Perfect Pitches by Precious. And my website is www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. Reach out to me. My email address is precious@perfectpitchesbyprecious. If you didn't get any of that, remember precious@perfectpitchesbyprecious. I will send you the links if you want to get my books. If you want to come to the May 22nd event and get your tickets, May 22nd, you go to truetea.eventbrite.com. Again, you can email me and I'll get it to you. Hit me up on LinkedIn. I'll make sure you get everything. And I really want to thank blackconnect.org for giving opportunities like this to our community. You all did such an amazing job today. And if I could just say this one last thing for our participants today, here are 4 things I want y'all to take away from this experience. Number 1, ask big. Yes, you want to win this competition. Yes, you want to move on to the finals, but you never know who's listening today that could change your life. So as you are making a case for yourself and you're hoping to win the competition, never fail to ask for something even outside of that. If someone has a connection to a Mark Zuckerberg or a connection to who's ever Bezos or whoever needs, you never know, ask for it anyway, because the dominant society always asks. I need y'all to ask big. Don't ask small, ask big. Number 2, tell us always why you should win. Wilbur did that. He at the very end, he told it why he should win. So always in the end of your pitch, why should you win over everybody else? Lay it down, #slay all competition. Number 3, when things go wrong with our woman who, to the point, when things go wrong, your preparation will shine through. So even though she didn't have a pitch deck, we understood exactly what she was doing because she knew her craft. It wasn't something she was reading about. She knew her stuff. So take lessons from that woman, because things will go wrong in technology and you always have to step up to the plate regardless. And thank you all so very much.
Wow, Precious, I'm still taking notes. Phenomenal. Thank you so much, Precious, for joining us today.
Welcome.
We really appreciate you. And Precious, we much continued success to you, and hopefully we'll have you back for FeverPitch 2022.
Oh, I'm hoping so. And yes, my billboard will be in Times Square on May 24th. That's Monday. Come out with me.
Thank you, Precious. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. That was a wealth of information. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor and the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker, Mr. Clayton Banks. Clayton is the CEO and founder of Silicon Harlem, whose goal is to combine technology, innovation with affordable connectivity, and can enable a sustainable economic engine in emerging communities across the United States. Under his leadership, Silicon Harlem has attracted $50 million in Upper Manhattan, and Mr. Banks has positioned Upper Manhattan as a tech and innovation hub that is one of the fastest growing tech startup entrepreneurs in the country. Mr. Clayton, take it away, sir. Pleasure.
Well, it's my pleasure, and thank you to Black Connect. I couldn't be more excited. However, I'm going to have to give some payback. You guys having me go behind Precious. That's not fair, but I'm okay. She was tremendous and spot on. So congratulations for having her here. I certainly look forward to reading her book. But I think some of the ideas I wanted to share is really for the entrepreneurs on this call, for those who are looking to whether launch a business or thinking about opening a business. One of the things I've realized is that the pandemic has pushed a lot of us home, at least for the first year, and we've got a little comfortable to where we like working from home at times. And what that may mean is an ushering of home-based businesses. Why do I say that? Because one of the things that I'm hearing all over the place, but particularly through Black Connect, is how important it is to have a local economy. So as we think about the pitches today and those who are listening and those who will listen later, understand that there's a great opportunity to launch a home business because your dollars stay inside the neighborhood. You are still having things brought to your home or you're going local. And so I'm very excited about what's moving forward for all of us. And that's part of what I want to just share for a few minutes on a subject, what I call the future, right? And how to future-proof our communities. One of the statistics that I saw on Black Connect that blew my mind. I've been saying it for a long time, but I didn't know the statistic. One of the things I've been hearing for many years is digital divide. And being a guy in tech for all my career, in telecommunications all my career, I know what a real redlining means. So in today's world, when the phrase digital divide is out there, it's a little bit overused. In New York, you can walk outside and find an electronic store anywhere. It's not like not around. The question is, can you afford it? So the fact that Black Connect has honed in on the wealth gap, that aligns with Silicon Harlem and what I'm all about. Because at the end of the day, we're really that nobody wants to talk about the wealth gap, right? People are like, oh, digital divide. I mean, that's easy to talk about and say, even though you don't know how to close it. But no one really wants to address the wealth gap. That is one of the most important things we can do. So when I hear young people pitching and having that kind of focus on solving a problem, that's how we start to get. What was the statistic on Black Connect's website that said that if we continue the way we are going now, it will take Black people 238 years to catch up with our white friends. That's startling. So we need the young people to come out with some new ideas that are going to do what? Create local economy, create jobs, create wealth. And we can start to close that gap much faster than 238 years. And some of you may still be around in 238 years, but probably most of us not. So we want to try to get this done now. So anyway, Silicon Harlem is very focused on that. That's why what we've done is we've really focused on research. And so part of, like I said, I want to share sort of the future. So when you think about those businesses that I heard on this on the various presentations, make sure that you have a leadership within your company that focuses on what I call the next normal, which means you're going to have some level of technology strategy, regardless of the business that you are in. In my neighborhood, you know, that are picking up garbage, those people have to now look at the number of cans, how full they are, what days they're worst or not. That's data. So everyone's job is going to have a level of technology, and more importantly, the leaders have to make sure they're navigating their companies when there's another disaster. And what we found in the pandemic, many of the leaders in our companies did not have much tech chops. You got to get them. So here are 3 or 4 things that I want you to consider. Artificial intelligence, as raw it is right now and a little bit, you know, sort of under a lot of investigation, it is part of the future. There's zero in my mind that it won't be one of the leading technologies far on. And we don't want to be just consumers. We want to be on the side of actually developing AI solutions. So please, you as entrepreneurs, those who are listening that may end up in various companies, come with that skill. It's not that difficult to learn, but it's extremely a great career. The second thing I would suggest for the entrepreneurs, 3 things you're going to need in running a business. I'm in my 3rd one. The first one raised $30 million. The second one had 30,000. 30 million one lasted 4 years. 30,000 one lasted 15. So money is important, but what's more important is perseverance. Make sure you're completely in compliance. Make sure your paperwork is right. Make your accounting right. Make sure your taxes are right. Make your credit is right. I know this sounds weird, but I'm telling you, that's important in terms of being an owner of a company. And also, as you're raising money, get customers. That's your best money coming. You don't have to pay it back. I like to look at my measure too. And what I ask myself, and I hope that you would adopt this or at least consider this, the question I ask is, has my company delivered, right? So ask that question every day. Have we delivered? How are you measuring your success? And all of the presentations I heard today, easy to figure out that data. So that's when you can continue, you can make the argument, you can grab the resources, the money, etc. Silicon Harlem, again, we focus on the second thing, from research to education. We've taught kids in the public housing. We teach kids every summer. We go from drone technology, which is another great job, even if you don't have a college degree, to virtual reality. And we have a whole curriculum on how to build your own video game, right? So you'd be surprised on how many people, young people anyway, get so excited to build their own video game. But here's the fun part of it for me. I get to teach math, right? So a lot of kids are intimidated by math or don't particularly, maybe some people on this call aren't very fond of math. But when you're building a video game, you have to know math, and they love it. It's much more appropriate, right? It's like there's a real reason for this versus just writing down a piece of paper. So I'm saying all that to say that you want to constantly be learning and learning and learning, regardless of what your business is, constantly learning. And that's been what I've been really focused on. And it's driven me to work with presidents and kings and all types of people around the world, including being inducted into the Library of Congress, because I've always looked at technology as just tools. And the reality is we've got to make it human, right? We've got to make sure we are humanizing technology. And that's the same thing you're going to have to do with your businesses. Make sure that it resonates with people. That is critical. So I'm going to try to wrap this up with a couple of things for you can consider. One is, please follow Silicon Harlem. We're doing some incredible new things now. We are closing what we call the broadband gap, right? So there's in Harlem, we see up to 40% of people that do not have the internet in the home. And it's not because they can't get it, it's because they can't afford it. So Silicon Harlem has made a major commitment to provide internet into public housing. We recently just got the license from New York City. And the idea is to provide internet into those public housings, as tough as that is, and make it not only affordable, but in a lot of ways even free. It's a huge, huge deal. And I'm saying that to show you that my passion, and I see those who were presenting today, the passion. My passion is everyone needs a connection. When did I say that? Years and years ago. And in 2020, January 23rd, had 200 people in my office. And I said, listen, everyone's going to need a connection. And in 30 days, Mr. Banks was right. Everyone needed a connection. Like, what is this pandemic thing going on? So be passionate about what you're doing. Certainly do your research. Certainly create the data that you're going to need to measure your success. And finally, make sure you stay connected. That is absolutely critical. Thank you very much for having me, Black Connect. I really appreciate it.
Wow. Mr. Banks, thank you so much for those pearls of wisdom. We really appreciate that. Thank you for sharing your perspective with us today. And thank you for all the work that you've done, the progress that you have made in Silicon Harlem. And thank you. And Black Connect, thank you. Welcome, sir. Thank you. And Black Connect looks forward to working with you and continue to working with you in Silicon Harlem. Thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate your kindness. Great. And now, ladies and gentlemen, next, I want to introduce to you the co-founder, one of the co-founders, Mr. Marshawn K. Dickerson Jr. It is my honor to introduce him, and he's also going to help us introduce the winner. Take it away, Marshawn.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you so much. Guys, my name is Marshawn Dixon Jr., and I am the co-founder of Black Connect. Now, before I announce the winner, I want to congratulate Sam Manning on the success of the New York City chapter's first FeverPitch. Well done, brother. Well done to you. Thank you to Sam, Ashley, Heyman, and Braze for all your efforts in coordinating today's event. You introduced us to 7 innovative entrepreneurs, and we are looking forward to watching their ideas develop and seeing their businesses grow over time. We will continue to work with each finalist and connect them with resources that move them forward in their entrepreneurship journeys. And now for the winner. The winner of FeverPitch 2021 New York City is, let's see here, Camille. Camille Devil.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I mean, as a college student, it's hard to find opportunities like this. So I'm grateful to have this space to speak about my brand. Most importantly, I'm grateful to help fight for better treatment of Black and brown skin and improve the overall care of the Black community. So without a doubt, I'll continue to move on with the mission of my brand. Thank you.
Indeed. Of course, I'll definitely be checking out your brand myself. I think we can all use some skin relief out here and get tip-top shape. But no, congratulations to you. We're really looking forward to see where you go with skin relief.
Thank you.
Great. What an amazing event, team. What an amazing event. Congratulations to Camille, the winner. And to all of the finalists, Black Connect will continue to work with you and support your amazing businesses. Thank you to Braze for sponsoring this event. And thank you to our co-founders again, Angela Margette and Marshawn Dickerson, for developing FeverPitch for this platform we are proudly called Black Connect. Again, if we have not already done so, please join Black Connect today. Go to blackconnect.org/join. Remember, you don't have to be a business, an owner, to be a member. You just have to support the mission. For your information on joining the New York City chapter, you can email us at newyorkcitychapter@blackconnect.org. Again, I'll repeat that. Email us at newyorkcitychapter@blackconnect.org. And to donate, go to blackconnect.org/donate. Once again, we appreciate it. Well, and thank you so much for your participation. Good luck and good night.